A lot of third down, red zone, short yardage, goal, just a lot of, and I like the practice. Today was one of the better practices as far as plays were being made on either side because both sides were doing it right and somebody beat a block or make a fit on a run or just beat a guy in pass rush or throw and catch because a guy was tightly covered. Somebody make a great catch or a great throw or the run, we get 4 yards. I mean, it was a very efficient practice of guys for executing. And I love to see that, especially this far in camp when you start to get tired, you know what I mean? And you got a scrimmage tomorrow. Today's the perfect day. Hey, I'll get ready for tomorrow. My mind goes. That was, to me, a very big sign that our team has some maturity. I like what I saw out of that today. I really did. Questions?
What's the biggest thing you look for just in the first fall scrimmage?
Well, I mean, guys that come out there and have alignment, assignment, technique. They can line up in the right place, they know what to do, and they know how to do it, and then they're able to take it to the field and execute it, you know what I mean? And there'll be some young guys out there that'll have nerves tomorrow and do things, but just to relax and make plays. But you got to align, assign, and have technique right off the bat. And then the competitiveness and the intelligence to make plays. And like I say, when scrimmages go, even in practice, that's why we do so many situational scrimmages. There's so much that happens that you just can't always teach as a coach. You can't go over all those scenarios. They got to kind of happen, see guys that have instincts and how they make plays and where they go. And that's kind of what we'll look for again.
Jalen was back in practice.
Oh, yes. Had an excellent practice. We had a great talk. Jalen, listen, I get upset. I'm emotional, too. But listen, Jalen does, too. Jalen's as good a football player as we got. One of the best ones I've ever been around in the secondary. Can play nickel, can play dime, can play safety, can play corner. He's a phenomenal player. And the big thing, he's a leader on our team. He's a great kid. He's intelligent. He's smart. He had an emotional thing. He got upset. I got upset. That's ball. We move on. The kid is a great kid. And he's a leader on our team. He's on our unity council. And he had a great practice today.
Can you speak on the condition of Jameis? Is feeling all right today?
Yeah, he was. I thought today had one of his sharpest practices he's had. I mean, he's really starting to get in use and fitting with the new receivers that we've moved around, and we've had some guys in, and we're moving guys to slot, to outside, because you're experimenting so early to see what guys, how much they can learn and where their best positions are. And I thought he was really dialed in today as far as getting used to those guys and how they run routes and, how things are going on and using the tight ends, the backs, all that stuff. And his run checks, I mean, he's been phenomenal. I mean, he gets us in now the right place so much, it's scary.
How's PJ?
Excellent. He's got a slight pull in his hamstring. Probably be a 3 or 4 day deal. I'll probably hold him 6 or 7 days. I'm gonna hold him and make sure, because hamstrings, I want to overdo it. Listen, we're 3 weeks away. I know how PJ can play. He's had a tremendous camp. He's fine. I mean, he's got a slight, but it's very slight, so we're gonna make sure it heals the right way and be able to go. And plus, we get some other guys. It gives us a lot of chance to work some other guys in different positions.
What about Travis Darby?
Darby's had the same thing. We'll probably hold him 4 or 5 days. His is even probably less, I think, than Peter. We'll wait and see from when I get back from the doctor, but it should be fine. Casher, we had a planned rest day for him. Okay, we had a planned rest day for him.
And Travis Rudolph's foot, how's that?
Healing really well. It's just he come out really good the first couple of days. It's healed. It just got irritated. Still the tendons around it and stuff. And he went really hard the first couple of days. We probably let him do a little bit too much, so we're holding it back. So I'm thinking a couple more days after the scrimmage, and he'll be back in hopefully that second week.
But there was nothing like re-damage or anything?
No, nothing re-damage. We checked it to make sure. We MRI'd it, X-rayed it. I mean, the heel, sent it to even other specialists across the country, plus our doctors. Everything's fine.
What about Javon Harrison? It seems like
he got dinged in the head. Got dinged in the head. Got a shot. And it actually caught a post route. And the guy come down on top of him, just going for the bun. Made a great play. Bang. And I don't think it's serious. A few more days. Those concussion guys, I'd rather err. You always want to err on the safe side, and plus, the longer you go, the better they don't reoccur.
How's the leg waist progress?
I'm sorry?
How's the leg waist progress?
He's been healing. Again, leg way is a guy who heals very well. We were shooting for the Clemson game with him. I think we're still right on track. Through that off week, I think he's right on pace for that. Probably a little ahead of schedule.
How well respected is Rashad Green just by all of his teammates?
Extremely. And not just because of the guy out here, but because the guy he is off the field, the classroom. I mean, he's just a complete guy, and he's a team guy. He's a team leader, everything he does.
Is it rare for a guy to be that well respected by, it seems like, everyone across the board?
Yeah, you very rarely. I mean, it's like getting unanimous. How many politicians get elected unanimously? I mean, it is. It's kind of that rare. If somebody you always have a riff or somebody just personality issue, but Rashad he's one of those guys.
With PJ and Ronald out, who are some cornerbacks?
I'm sorry?
With PJ and Ronald out, who are some cornerbacks?
Well, you got Marquez, who's playing his tail off. You got Nick Wasom. You got Jalen Ramsey, who can go back to corner. Elijah Tyler Hunter and Nate Andrews at safety. and nickel and dime, you know, all that stuff. So we got a lot of rotation. And then Malik, the young guy, is going to be really good. And Tyler Hunter has the ability to play nickel and corner at times too. So we're mixing and matching all that. So it's giving us great work for those guys and their knowledge of what they're doing.
How important is it when some of those guys are out for a guy like Trey Marshall to get those?
Whoa! I missed somebody right there now. Trey Marshall, and he stood out to me today. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what now. You talk about a physical son of a gun now, and can run and hit and play and learn. That guy's gonna be a heck of a football player too. Very pleased with him. I apologize for missing him.
It's a luxury to have a guy like Nick Wason that's has starting experience to be able to.
Oh yeah, the veteran experience. And Nick's really bulked his body up. He's gotten stronger, and he knows exactly what to do and how to do it.
What's Matthew Thomas been doing for the first?
Playing well. Flashed, baby. He shot there about 3 times a day now. Boy, I mean, athletic, cover ground, and really in the pass and, you know, on the run. When he explodes to the ball now, he comes with a load and he comes very quickly.
You still like him as a pass rusher? Or?
Oh, he can do all those things. He'll be a background rusher.
How have you seen Terrence Smith just grow over the last year?
You know something, I was speaking, that's funny you say that. He had one of his best practices today. Challenged him, being physical on the run, and I mean, really come up and plugged and he flashed at me today. In other words, I mean, he caught my attention when he made plays. So from that standpoint, was very pleased with him, and he's really maturing into being a complete linebacker.
Jimbo, for Tyler Hunter to miss what he missed last year must have been so disappointing.
Wow.
Do you see when something like that in a kid? Do you see a different kid out here, like?
I think
you
do.
Make up forward, or whatever.
No, not make up. I think you really appreciate what you have, and you don't take it for granted. Not that now that guy was a full 1,000%, you know, speed, 100 miles an hour in practice every day. But I think still, when you missed it, and you really, and I think, you know, you look at yourself, you knew you loved it, but you didn't realize how much you truly loved it. I think it even makes it that much greater of an opportunity, and you appreciate when you're back out here.
Jimbo, with the first week in the books, it seems like Derek Nottie has been getting more and more reps. Is it safe to say that he's the standout in that group? He don't.
Hey, I said all those guys, I would not throw back. That live well will stay full, and they're too big to throw back anyway because they're definitely keepers. But I mean, he has really stood out. But all those guys, Christmas is doing well. Arthur, Fred Jones in that group, Torres and those 2 big ends. But Nottie has really progressed. His natural strength and power and athleticism is. I mean, he's a really good player.
Jimbo, what's the goal going into the first scrimmage? What are you looking to accomplish?
Again, see great competitiveness, but guys that know how to align, know what to do, know how to do it, and can execute with consistency, and see how much we do there. And we'll mix and match some guys and try some guys in situations and to see what they can do or what they can't do. You know, give guys opportunity to run different kinds of plays to get the ball in their hand. You know, different young guys to see them, and guys that haven't had a major role, but you know, try to get them just different touches in different ways. And defensively, we'll move those guys with nickel and dime and safety and corner and the nickel packages up front. You'll see us move again, but seeing how much they can handle, and then but how they compete and how consistently they can compete.
Any update on Bobo or Isaiah with their status at this point?
No, Bobo's doing what Bobo's. We're in a extensive method of going through some things. He's meeting the things off the field that we require him to do, and I've been very pleased with his progress on the field. He's kept a great attitude and understands that he made a mistake, and he is addressing those things, but there are still more things that he needs to do. And Isaiah, as of now, his status is still the same as I know.
Jimbo, going back to Jalen, like you said, those things happen in practice, but him and Carlos got into it a little bit. Do you sit them 2 down, or is it just understood? No, I mean, like you just move past it?
They know they're teammates. We always know we leave everything on the field. And sometimes you got to prove a point. And sometimes, like I say, I'm an emotional guy too. Sometimes maybe I should have walked over and not said anything to y'all, but I was honest with and I was trying to send him a point, but at the same time, I don't want, that guy is a great human being. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's a great person, he's a leader. I mean, he's one of the only 2 sophomores on our unity council as a leader of our team. And that guy, I mean, he changed it. When you lose him, you change the team, and that's why I want him to understand that too. And I love his competitiveness. I mean, sometimes you just gotta harass it, or harness it, for a better term of time. But I'd rather say whoa than giddy up. I promise you that, 100 times. That guy, I mean, he's the real McCoy, and he's a great kid. He's a leader on our team. Had a great day today.